Good morning, children. So we will move to the second chapter, chapter 2 for the ninth class. It is the constitutional design. So you have seen about the democracy in the first chapter. Why do we need the democracy? What are the features of democracy? Arguments for democracy, arguments against the democracy. Now we will move to the democratic constitution. So why it constitutional design, how it is done, right? How we design the constitution, how do we prepare the constitution, that we are going to learn in this chapter. So what is a constitution? It is a set of the rules and regulations which a citizen of the country has to obey, right, has to follow if he wants to live in that particular country. So it is said, when in English there is a proverb, be a Roman in Rome, means you have to follow the rules and regulations of that country if you want to live in that country, if you want to reside in that country. So what was the democratic constitution in South Africa? Let us see that. I have fought against white domination and I have fought against black domination. I have cherished the ideal of a democratic and a free society in which all persons live together in harmony with the equal opportunities. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. But if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die. This was Nelson Mandela. He had fought against the white domination, and he has fought against the black domination also. He cherished the ideal of the democratic and free society where the persons have to live together and live together in harmony. In harmony means in peace and with equal opportunities. One is given more opportunities and another one is given the less opportunities. It is not a democracy. So here he is telling that, Nelson Mandela is telling that the democracy should be like that, where each and everyone should get the equal opportunities. He may be the white or the black, he should get the equal opportunities, and everyone should live together in harmony, in peace. It is an ideal which I hope to live for and to achieve. I want to live with this idea and I want to achieve this idea. But if needs be, it is an ideal for which I am prepared to die. He is telling that if the needs come, I am ready to die. I am very much happy. I am hoping to live in such a constitution and achieve the goals, achieve the needs of the constitution. This was Nelson Mandela being tried for treason by the white South African government. Treason means the tortures they had given to him. Right, he and 7 other leaders were sentenced to life imprisonment in 1964 for daring to oppose the apartheid regime in his country. Apartheid means color discrimination. People were discriminated on the basis of the color. He, along with him, 7 leaders were sentenced to life imprisonment by the South African government. They were practicing the apartheid, and the Nelson Mandela said that he opposed that. Even what is the problem if we are born as black? Why all the good things for the white? Why all the facilities for whites? And why are the not facilities given for the black people? Like this. He spent the next 28 years in the South Africa's most dreaded prison, Robert Island. So he was sent in the prison in the South Africa. It was most dreaded prison, means worst prison. In that prison, Robben Island, there he was kept in jail for 28 years. Danger, natives, Indians and color reds If you enter these premises at night, you will be listed as missing. Armed guards shoot on sight. Savage dogs devour the corpse. You have been warned. Here, danger is there. Natives, Indians, and color reds. If you need to enter these premises at night, you will be listed as missing because armed guards will shoot on the sight like the savage dogs. Means the Vidhi Naigatle, devour the corpse. Right? The cops are telling, the police is telling that you have been warned. Struggle against apartheid. So apartheid means the color discrimination. Who started the struggle? Nelson Mandela started the struggle. Apartheid was the name of a system of racial discrimination unique to the South Africa. So it is a racial discrimination unique. It was a unique system in the South Africa during the 17th and 18th centuries. During the 17th century and 18th century, this system was born. It had taken birth during the 17th and the 18th centuries, where we saw the racial discrimination. The trading companies from Europe occupied with arms and force in the way they occupied the India. How they had occupied the India? They had known, this British cunning fox people, they said that they had come to India for trade, but what they did? Later they occupied the India. But unlike India, a large number of whites have settled down in South Africa. So what happened? Large number of whites. Unlike India, the whites have settled down in the South Africa. Large number of whites, they got settled down in South Africa and became the local rulers. Local rulers means they became the local kings of the South Africa. The system of apartheid divided the people and labeled them on the basis of their skin color. So the system of apartheid was started in the South Africa by these British people, and they divided the people and labeled them on the basis of what? On the basis of their skin color. Skin color na charmada bandada mele division madakatri. The native people of South Africa are black in color. Means the originally born people in South Africa, what was their color? Their color was the black color. They made up about 3/4 of the population and were called blacks. So 3/4 means 75% of the population in South Africa were black people, and what they called them? Blacks. Right. Besides these two groups, there were people of mixed races who were called colored. So what they were called? Colored. There, besides these two groups, white and black, there was another who are the mixed races, and they were called as the colored. And people who migrated from India. These colored people were the people who had migrated from India and had gone and settled in the South Africa. They were called as the colored people. The white rulers treated all non-whites as inferiors. See here, these people, British people who had gone there to trade with the South Africa, later they occupied the country, and what they started? They started telling that these non-white people, means those who are blacks, they are the inferiors. Or kappu banna aitandra aur namkita enadari kadimi adara. Now bili banna andre now Aryans. We are the kings. We are of the good blood, and they are of the bad blood anu lekkakki iವರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? They started treating them as the inferiors. The non-whites did not have voting rights. See, the non-whites who were 3/4 of the population. 3/4 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ರಿ? 75% blacks idru, but they didn't have the voting rights. They were not allowed to vote in the country. The apartheid system was particularly oppressive for the blacks. The apartheid system they were carrying out in order to oppress ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಳಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರನ್ರಿ? blacks. They were forbidden from living in the white areas. See here, they were forbidden ಅಂದ್ರೆ there was complete ban. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿಳಿ ಮಂದಿ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರಿ ಮಂದಿ ಇರೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ವರ್ ಫಾರ್ಬಿಡನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಲೀವಿಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಉಳಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಹಿತ ಇರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರ ಮನೆ ಬಾಜುಕ್ ಮನೆ ಸಹಿತ ಕಟ್ಸಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. They could work in white areas only if they had a permit. So if they were allowed to work in white areas only if they had the permission letter or the card, then only they are allowed to work in the white people houses. Trains, buses, taxis, hotels, hospitals, schools and colleges, libraries, cinema halls, theaters, beaches, swimming pools, public toilets were all separate for the whites and the blacks. See here, in what level they had carried the apartheid system here. You can see here what they are telling, that this one, trains, buses, taxis, hotels, hospitals, schools, colleges, libraries, cinema halls, theaters, beaches, swimming pools are all different. Even the public toilets are different for the whites and the blacks. This was called the segregation. Segregation ಅಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಒಂದು ಇದ್ರಾಗಿಂದ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಈಗ ನೀರಾಗ ಮಣ್ಣು ಉಸುಕ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ ರೀ, ಉಸುಕ್ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಕೂಡ್ತೈತಿ, ಮಣ್ಣು ನೀರು ಒಳಗೆ ಕರಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಆಯಿಲ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್. ಆಯಿಲ ಬೇರೆ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ, ನೀರೇ ಬೇರೆ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ. ಹಂಗೆ ದಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸಪ್ರೇಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ವೈಟ್ಸ್. ವೈಟ್ಸ್ ಏನೈತಿ ಡಾಮಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಯಾರ ಮೇಲೆ ರೀ, ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ. They could not even visit the churches where the whites worshipped. See here, they were not allowed to come to the temples, go to the temples, worship in the churches where the whites were worshipping. Blacks were not allowed to worship the God in the churches where the whites were worshipping. Blacks could not form associations or protest against the terrible treatment. So why blacks were not allowed to form any associations ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲರಿ, ಪ್ರೊಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಟೆರಿಬಲ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದೆಮ್. ಆ ಟೆರಿಬಲ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ತಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಸೆಗ್ರಿಗೇಷನ್, ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಸಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ದೇ ವರ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್, ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ದೇ ವರ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಟು ಟಾಲರೇಟ್ ಇಟ್. Since 1950, the blacks, colored and Indians fought against the apartheid system. So what happened? In the 1950, what happened? The blacks, the colored and the Indians all together, they started the fight against the apartheid system. They launched protest marches and strikes. What they did? They launched the protests, they started the marches and they started the strikes against whom? Against the British government. The African National Congress ANC was the umbrella organization that led the struggle against the policies of segregation. Here the African National Congress was there, which was an umbrella organization. What it did, it started the struggle against whom? Against the policy of the segregation ಅಂದರೆ ಸಪ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರು, ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಬೇರೆನೇ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ರು. ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ವೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಮನೆ ಕಟ್ಟೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ವೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ನೌಕರಿ ಮಾಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ವೈಟ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ರೈಟ್. ದೇ ವರ್ ಟ್ರೀಟೆಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಡಾಗ್ಸ್. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಟ್ರೈನಾಗ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕೆ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್ ಸೀಟ್, ಬಸ್ನಾಗ ಹೋಗಿ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸಪ್ರೇಟಾಗಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ರು ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಟಾಯ್ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರಿಗೊಂದು ಸಪ್ರೇಟ, ಇವ್ರಿಗೂ ಸಪ್ರೇಟ್. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ದೇ ಡಿಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಆ್ಯನ್ ಇನ್ಫೀರಿಟಿ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ among the blacks. Several countries denounced apartheid as unjust and racist. So several countries supported the movement, supported the struggles of the black. They said that it is unjust, it is not fair, it is racist. Making discrimination on the color of the people, it is the big blunder. Don't do it, everyone was telling. But the white racist government continued to rule by detaining, torturing and killing thousands of black and colored people. So what they did, this white racist government, what it started, it continued the rule. It continued the rule by detaining them, by torturing them and also killing thousands of black and colored people. like this the situation was there in the South Africa. ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ನ ನಾಯಿಗತೆ ನಡೆಸೋಳೋದಲ್ದ ಮತ್ತೇನ್ರಿ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಟಾರ್ಚರ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಊಟ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಲೇಬರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಪೇಮೆಂಟ್ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಟಾರ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು, ಹೊಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಬಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ರು, ಟಾರ್ಚರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ರು. ಮತ್ತು ಅವ್ರು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ದೇ ವೇರ್ ಕಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಥೌಸಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕಲರ್ಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಕಲರ್ಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ರೇಸಸ್, ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಹೂ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ migrated from India to the South Africa. Indians, they were tortured and they were also killed along with the black people. Towards a new constitution. So next they moved towards a new constitution. As protest and struggles against apartheid had increased, the government realized that they could no longer keep the blacks under their rule through repression. So what happened? Constantly there were the protest, constantly there was a increasingly apartheid had increased. Because of that the government realized that they could no longer keep the blacks under the repression. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. Now they cannot control the blacks because 3/4 people, majority were the blacks and minority were the whites. How many days this minority could rule the majority of the people? ಮೆಜಾರಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಇವ್ರು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ರೂಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಅಂತ ಆಡಳಿತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಥ್ರೂ ರಿಪ್ರೆಷನ್, ಥ್ರೂ ಫೋರ್ಸ್. ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ರೂಲ್? ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಸೊ ದ ವೈಟ್ ರೆಜಿಮ್ಡ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತು. ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಟರಿ ಲಾಸ್ ವರ್ ರಿಪೀಲ್ಡ್. ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಆನ್ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ವರ್ ಲಿಫ್ಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಟರಿ ಲಾಸ್ ವರ್ ರಿಪೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಆನ್ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ ವರ್ ಲಿಫ್ಟೆಡ್. ಸೊ ರಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಮೀಡಿಯಾ, ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಆನ್ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟೀಸ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು, ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್ನ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಯಾರಿದ್ರಿ? ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ದ. ನಾವು ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ರಿಮೂವ್ಡ್ ಇಟ್. ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ದ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ಸ್, ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ದ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್, they can bring up their own political parties, and media was given the free permission to whatever it wants to telecast, it was allowed to telecast. After 28 years of imprisonment, Nelson Mandela walked out of the jail as a free man. So after 28 years of imprisonment, what happened? Nelson Mandela was free now and he walked as a free man from the jail. Finally, at midnight of 26th April 1994, the new constitution, here national flag of the Republic of South Africa, was unfurled, marking the newly born democracy in the world. So what happened in the year 26th April 1994, they got the new constitution where the national flag of the Republic of the South Africa was unfurled, marking the unfurled means it was flying, right? A newly born democracy in the world. The apartheid government came to an end, paving way for the formation of a multiracial government. Here what we saw, that the apartheid system came to an end. The practice of discriminating the people under the racial discrimination came to an end. So here we got what we were able to see now, multiracial government was formed where? In the South Africa. How did this come about? Let us hear Mandela, the first president of this new South Africa, on this extraordinary transition. So how the Mandela had become the first president of the new South Africa. Let us see this one story. Historical enemies succeeded in negotiating a peaceful transition from apartheid, a democracy, exactly because we were prepared to accept the inherent capacity for goodness in the other. My wish is that South Africans never grew up on the belief in goodness, that they cherish that faith in human beings is the cornerstone of our democracy. So historical enemies, they succeeded in negotiating a peaceful transition from apartheid to democracy. So how was the transition made in South Africa? It was a peaceful transition. Through negotiations, they prepared everything, because the people were inheritant people. They had, means the old people, the heritage of that Africans, South Africans, the old people, they were having the belief in goodness. All the people of the South Africa were believing in the goodness, that they cherish in that. Faith in human beings is the cornerstone of our democracy. The faith ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ. ಎದ್ರ ಮೇಲ್ರಿ? ಮಾನವೀಯತೆ ಮೇಲೆ, ಮನುಷ್ಯರ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸದಿಂದ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ? ಡೆಮೋಕ್ರಸಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಪೀಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಿಷನ್, ಅಪೇರ್ಥೆಡ್ ಟು ಡೆಮೋಕ್ರಸಿ, ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ಡ್ ಟು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ದ ಇನ್ಹೆರಿಟೆಂಟ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಗುಡ್ನೆಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಅದರ್. ನಾವು ಒಬ್ಬರು ಒಳ್ಳೆತನದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಇಡಬೇಕು. ಆ ಒಳ್ಳೆತನದಿಂದ, ಮಾನವೀಯತೆಯಿಂದ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಗುಣಗಳಿಂದ ಏನಾಗತ್ತೆ ರೀ? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿಕಮ್ ದ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಡೆಮೋಕ್ರಸಿ. In the life, it is what will come or not, the goodness will come forever, right? The mankind will come forever. The money, it is for a temporary period. Today you may become rich, tomorrow I may become rich, but this richness is going to not last for a long time. What is going to last for a long time? The humanity which is there under each and every human being, that is going to last for a long time, and that should last for a long time. Not money making, not the status, not the richness should last for a long time. After the emergence of the new democratic South Africa, black leaders appealed to fellow blacks to forgive the whites for the atrocities they had committed while in power. See here, they had forgiven the new democratic South Africa, where black leaders now they had appealed to the fellow blacks that don't forgive the white people, don't go for the atrocities. Atrocities means don't go for the revenge. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಲೀಡರ್ ಆಗಿವಿ, ಇವ್ರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಭಾಳ ತ್ರಾಸ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ, ನಾವು ಇವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ರಿವೆಂಜ್ ತೊಗೊಳ್ಳೋನು. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. ದ ವೈಟ್ ಲೀಡರ್ಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ದ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಲೀಡರ್ಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ದ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪೀಪಲ್, ನಾವು you have formed a new democracy. It doesn't mean that now you go for the torturing of the white people. Don't do that. Forgive them. They said, let us build a new South Africa based on equality of all races and men and women, on democratic values, social justice and human rights. Now let us build a new South Africa. Forget all those things which the white peoples have done to us. Now we will build a new South Africa which has the democratic values in it, social justice in it, and human rights. Most important is the human rights. The party that ruled the oppression and brutal killings and the party that led to the freedom struggle sat together to draw up a common constitution. So here there are two parties. So one party, it had ruled the oppression. Ruled oppression means that had ruled the black people, brutal killings, lot of killings, they were responsible, lot of killings of the black people, this party was responsible. That is one party. And another party, it had set for the freedom struggle, sat together. Now both these parties, black party and white party, together they are sitting together and they are making the constitution, common constitution for the country, because the South Africans had decided that we will build a new constitution which should have the democratic values, which should have the equality based on all the races and men and women, and justice should be there. Justice and ನ್ಯಾಯ ಇರಬೇಕು. and also the human rights, ಮಾನವೀಯ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು, ಮಾನವ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳನ್ನು ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ರೀ? we will go for the constitution, we will go for the making of the common constitution. One the party which was responsible for massive killings, brutal killings, for the oppression, ತುಳಿಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾರು ತುಳಿಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ರೀ? ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ನ. ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಕುತ್ಕೋತು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಯಾವುದು, ವಿಚ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಲೆಡ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಗಲ್ ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ದ ಅಪಾರ್ಥೈಡ್ ಸ್ಕೀಮ್ಸ್, ಅಪಾರ್ಥೈಡ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ದೇ ಸ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್. ವೈಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಬೋತ್ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟುಗೆದರ್ to frame the common constitution for the South Africa. After 2 years of discussion and debate, they came out with one of the finest constitutions of the world has ever had. So after 2 years of discussions, debate, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಫಾರ್ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು, ಒಬ್ರು ಅಗೇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ ಡಿಬೇಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಆನ್, ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಆನ್ ಫಾರ್ 2 years, and last they framed the finest constitutions of the world. This constitution gave its citizens the most extensive rights available in any country. Extensive rights means they had given the lot of rights for the citizens of the country. Together they decided that in search of for a solution to the problems, nobody should be excluded, no one should be treated as a demon. So nobody should be excluded. When we are framing a constitution, nobody should be excluded, means removed out from the constitution. Everyone should be included. Every caste, every creed, every sex, every religion, every region should be included. And nobody should be treated as demon. ಯಾರನ್ನು ರಾಕ್ಷಸನ್ಗತ್ಲೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಾರನ್ನೂ ಏನ್ರಿ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಥರನೇ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. That was their condition. They agreed that everybody should become part of the solution. Yes, everyone should become the part of the solution. If there is any problem, you should not discuss only with the whites and come up with the solution. No, you should also discuss with the black people and come up with the solutions. Whatever they might have done or represented in the past, the preamble to the South African Constitution sums up with this spirit. So whatever the whites had done to them in the past, they had forgotten all those things and they had summed up for a good constitution. The constitution had now consisted of only the spirits. Spirits means the souls of the South African citizens. The South African Constitution inspires Democrats all over the world. So the South African Constitution is what? It is inspiring all the Democrats who are all present all over the world. A state denounced by the entire world till 1994 as the most undemocratic one is now seen as the model of democracy. So state denounced that the entire world till 1994 was seeing that it was an undemocratic country. But what happened? They set a model of democracy after 1994. What made this change possible was the determination of the people of South Africa to work together to transform bitter experiences into the binding glue of a rainbow nation. Speaking on the South African Constitution, Mandela said. So here what you have seen here, people are working together. They are all working together in order to change the constitution, in order to change the bitter experiences that they had faced in the past. Because the whites were treated very badly blacks were treated very badly by the whites in the past. They have to forget all those bitter experiences and they have to work all together in order to transfer the South Africa into a developed country. So now the South African Constitution, about the South African Constitution, the Mandela said like this: the Constitution of South Africa speaks of both the past and the future. So Constitution is speaking about both past as well as the future also. On the one hand, it is the Solomon Pact in which we as South Africans declared to one another that we shall never permit a repetition of our racist, brutal and repressive past. So according to this constitution, we are not going to repeat the same mistake that we had done in the past. That is, the white people, they had carried out the racial discrimination, brutal killings and repressing the past means repressing the black people, but it is more than that. Now we are going to do more than that. We are going to work together. It is also a charter for the transformation of our country into one which is truly shared by all its people, a country which in the fullest sense belong to all of us, black and white, women and men. Here he is telling that the South Africa is belonging to everyone who are living in it. It is sharing. It is all the things, whatever the transformation of the country, it is truly shared by whom? By all its people, whether they may be black and white, whether they may be men or women. Everyone is getting the equal rights in the South African Constitution. Everyone are enjoying the same rights or the equal rights in the Constitution. So next one is the why do we need the Constitution? This is the question. After listening to such a big story that happened in the South Africa, where we saw the racial discrimination between the black and the whites, where black were treated very badly. They were not allowed to sit in the buses, trains and the hotels or hospitals or schools, colleges, buildings, public toilets. They were not allowed to go where the whites were using. In such a bad conditions, the black people were there in the South Africa. So they had come, they had after 1994, they came to in the decision that they are going to remove the apartheid policy in their country, and they have decided that we will all together live, we will all share, the country will be shared by all its people. It will be the black man, the whites, men and women, everyone will get the equal rights. The constitution was made based on the human rights of the people, right? Next, let us go for the next point. Why do we need a constitution? What is the necessary to have a constitution for the country? Why should we have the constitution? What is the necessary thing? What is necessary? Why we should have? We have the police department, we have the judicial department. Then why should we have the constitution? Let us see. The South African example is a good way to understand why we need a constitution and what do constitutions do. The oppressor and the oppressed in this new democracy were planning to live together as equals. It was not going to be easy for them just to trust each other. They had their fears. They wanted to safeguard their interests. Yes, it was not so easy. You told that today you came to the decision that black and whites will live together. But the blacks were not, they were having a fear inside them because these white, they had ruled them for so many years. They wanted to safeguard their interest. Whatever they are saying, is it true? That they wanted to safeguard their interest. The black majority was keen to ensure that the democratic principle of majority rule was not compromised. So here the black majority was keen to ensure that democratic principle of majority rule was not compromised. Here there should not be the democratically principle of majority rule should not be there in our country. They wanted substantial social and economic rights. Here the blacks wanted to have the social rights and economic rights also. The white minority was keen to protect its privileges and property. So here the white people were keen to protect their properties, to protect their rights. They were keen about it. They were seeing that our properties are not taken away. Our properties are not taken away by the black people. They did not want to compromise regarding the privileges, the facilities they were enjoying, and what are their properties should not taken away by the black people. After long negotiations, means after having having a long talks, long discussions. Both the parties agreed to compromise. So what happened? After long negotiations and after the lot of meetings, after lot of discussions, both the parties now agreed to compromise with each other. The whites agreed to the principle of majority rule, that of one person, one vote. So here the whites agreed to the principle of the majority rule, and they said that one person should get only one vote. They also agreed to accept some basic rights for the poor and the workers. They agreed that some basic rights should be given. ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು ಯಾರಿಗೆ? For the poor and the workers. For poor people as well as the workers. Workers ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರು, right? They should be given what? They should be given ಕೂಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಮಿಕರು. They should be given some basic rights, ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಹಕ್ಕುಗಳು, right? The blacks agreed that the majority rule would not be absolute. The majority rule would not be absolute. It will not be the supreme. Not to take away the property of the white minority. They agreed that majority will not take the property, who are the white properties, who are in the minority. Who are in the majority? Blacks are in the majority. I told you 3/4 of the population in South Africa was of the majority were in the black people, and they promised, the black people promised the white people that they will not take off the property of the minority. This compromise was not easy. This compromise was not easy. How was this compromise going to be implemented? If they have managed to trust each other, what was the guarantee this trust will not be broken in future? So these were the questions. Now at present they have come to the compromises. They are going to agree to each other. They are going to believe to each other. But how many days this is going to remain? How many days this agreement, this guarantee is going to last long? How many days this is going to help in the future? What is the guarantee that this agreement which has been made between the blacks and whites is going to last long in the future? In the long run it is going to last. In the long run, is it going to remain the same in the future? The compromise which they have made with the blacks and whites, they had told that they will give special facilities for the poor, for the black people. Is it going to for the workers? They had told that they will give special facilities, special provisions they will make in order to help the poor people, in order to help the workers. But the white people, already they are the rich people, they have lot of privileges, and they had made lot of property also. Who knows that property will not be taken in the future? So these were the questions in the minds of the people. The only way to build and maintain trust in such a situation is to write down some rules of the game that everyone would abide by. Yes, for these problems there was only one solution, that all the rules should be written down and everyone must obey those rules and regulations. Abide andre enri, everyone must follow those rules and regulations. These rules laid down how the rulers are to be chosen in the future. So these rules were about how the rulers should be chosen in the future. What are the rules that you have to carry out, you have to consider when you are choosing a leader? These rules also determine what the elected governments are empowered to do and what they cannot do. These rules tell us that what are the governments should do, how should they perform, what they should do in order to run the government, what they should do, what they should carry on in order to run the government, what should not they do. what they cannot do. Finally, these rules decide the rights of the citizen. So what these rules were doing? These rules were deciding what are the citizens' rights. So in India we have the citizens' rights. What are they? Right to speech, right to express, right to equality, right to freedom, right to education. Like this we are having the citizens' rights. There also they made the rules which decide what? The citizens' rights. These rules will work only if the winner cannot change them very easily. These rules will work only if the winner means the one who is going to get elected in the government, should not change the rules. This is what the South Africans did. These rules cannot be changed easily. For that they had made the rules. They also agreed that these rules will be the supreme. So these rules are going to become what? They are going to become the supreme. That no government will able to ignore these. Yes, no government will be able to ignore this, nor no government will be able to change these rules and regulations. Everyone must follow these rules and regulations. No government will change the rules and regulations which is written down in the book. This set of basic rules is called a constitution. Underline it. What is a constitution? This is set of basic rules which nobody cannot change in the country. It is called as the constitution. So the basic rules which each and everyone must follow in the country. He or she cannot ignore it. The elected representatives cannot ignore it. Everyone must and should follow what is there in this book called the constitution. So this is the set of basic rules which is called as the constitution. Okay children, further we will study tomorrow. Thank you.